Hey there, my Tyler Perry Sisters fans. It's your girl Barbie J here. And I'm giving my 2 cents right here. I just feel like I need to say something about it because I see on a lot of channels there's a debate going back and forth about who's right and who's wrong. Was Danny right for telling? Was Andy right for not wanting to tell, Penelope that she was dating Gary? And my question is, was Danny right for telling Andy to expose Gary? Which I think she was. Or was Andy right for wanting to run out without even telling Jordan anything? She wanted to run out and leave and tell the girl and not say bye or anything. She didn't want to tell that she was dating Gary so he can at least tell his sister about it. He could tell Penelope about it. But don't you think she should have told, Andy should have told at least Jordan so that Jordan could tell, his sister that Gary is playing her? I mean, come on. This is going back to, am I my sister's keeper? It's about sisters sticking together and looking out for one another, looking out for each other. Now, I don't think it should have been Danny, and I'm sorry that, Penelope found out that way, because I don't know how they couldn't see Penelope walking up on them, because Danny's pointing and saying stuff and everything. And by the time they had kind of calmed down from it, Penelope walks up later and said, what's going on? But the fact that this woman thinks that Gary is faithful, and don't you think she deserves to know? Especially in her condition and before she gets married to him, that Gary's going to destroy her freaking life. And to me, it seems like the only reason that Gary's marrying her is because she's having his baby. Because just 3 months ago, he was trying to marry Andy and had the engagement rings and set up that whole thing. I mean, and he's been with Penelope for 3 years, but he was going to marry Andy. So, I mean, even though she's so pregnant now, maybe she was, and she is pregnant. Somebody said that Gary and Andy might have been together about 9 months, because in one of the episodes, Andy said something like that. So, okay, say it's 9 months. Penelope about 7 or 8 right now. So, and Gary still, at least 3, 4 months ago, wanted to marry Andy, despite Penelope being pregnant. And don't you think running out and not saying anything would make Penelope think, once she found out, or if she found out, wouldn't you start thinking, this heifer was sitting right up in my face, cheating on me and stuff? Penelope's going to think that Andy knew about her all this time. She's going to think she knew about it. You can't wait on stuff like this, because when you wait sometimes, that's when the other person got time to think. Like, oh, so she was in on this all the time and she's sitting up in my face and, she pretended to be with my brother so she could be close to Gary, or she checking me out? There's so many things that could go through Penelope's head, or her mind, I should say, through her mind. And as far as Danny's concerned, Danny's situation with Preston and how she treats him has nothing, and I repeat, has nothing to do with her looking out for a beautiful, pregnant, sweet sister who seems to be loving and caring towards a man who has been playing her. He's been playing her. And Andy's excuses, her life is going to implode. It's going to implode. You don't think it's going to implode if she finds out about it later, now or later? Either way, it's going to implode. But let it implode before she walks down that damn aisle and spend any more money and embarrass herself, get embarrassed because she finds out her husband is messing around with all these people, and she got all these people at her damn wedding. People making plans and showing up, and he's a deadbeat husband. I mean, really. And let's think about this for a moment. Is Andy, why doesn't she want to say something? Why doesn't she want to say anything? Because, I mean, Her world, if you ask me, her world may implode as well when all of this comes out. You know, her having an affair with a married man, that isn't something she would be proud of, but still she has never ended it. It didn't stop her from doing it with Jasmine. You know, so Andy's spot going to get blown up too. So Andy may just be protecting Andy because she is, yeah, I know what she is. She's self-absorbed. It's all about her. Yeah, I know it. All of them sisters are. It's all about them. And Danny, on the other hand, is two black women. He's playing two black women. When are we going to stick together and let each other know what's going on? Why would you walk away? I'm telling you, as far as me, if y'all knew something about me and you didn't tell me that my man was cheating and you sat right up there, I would be livid. I would be absolutely livid, and I would be hurt because I would be sitting there going, I thought you was my friend, or I thought you cared about me at least, or, you know, when do us sisters stick together and look out for each other? When do we help one another? Instead, it's none of my business. That ain't none of my business. But then you what? You gonna go home and feel bad about me and tell other people about it, because that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna tell somebody else about it instead of the person who needs to know. Y'all gonna talk about, oh, this girl, she thinks her man is so faithful and he was gonna marry me and he was gonna do this for me, and he brought me a house, he brought her a house, he brought me a car, he brought her a car. You know, it's like, let her know y'all are both being played. But maybe that's that, like I said, that Andy is upset that she's being played. She wants to run. I can't do this. I can't do this, because her feelings are hurt. She thought she was the ish, and she realizes she wasn't the ish, that he's marrying somebody else, even though she turned him away. But she's the one who said we were done. She's the one that put herself out there on the dating app. She's the one that told Gary to leave her alone. She's done with him. It was all about the sex and nothing else. She said all of that. But in these scenes coming up, he didn't care about me at all. He didn't care about me at all. I meant nothing to him. Girl, you meant something. You driving around a $500,000 vehicle. You got $1 million penthouse. Come on, you meant something. Whatever you was doing right that made him roll his eyes back in the back of his head, girl, you meant something to him because he kept coming back for it. So you feeling bad and crying about your damn self, the only person that should be feeling real bad is Penelope. That's the one. She's the one about to walk down the aisle. She's the one having his trifling behind man's child. And Andy making it, oh. And I'm shocked that they're showing Karen saying, are you going to be okay? Are you going to be okay? I thought Karen would be up there. I told you about him. I knew I didn't like him. You should have listened to me back then. She could have gotten in ahead of it. Like they saying, she was warned about Gary back in season 1. Jasmine told her. The PI told him. What was her name? Leslie or whatever. All of them told her about him already. They showed her pictures, and then you found out he was married again when she was walking that little dirt road, and that guy picked her up, that detective or FBI agent, and he let her know that Gary was also married to somebody else before Jasmine. You know what kind of man you got, and you still stayed with him despite him trying to kill his wife, trying to kill you, you losing your job, losing all your money, your assets was frozen, all of this stuff you went through with this man, this married man. And now you feeling bad for yourself? But my question to y'all out there, those of y'all who think Danny shouldn't have said nothing. Like I said, Danny wasn't the one that should have said something. I'm with Danny because she told Andy she needs to say something. So that part where she said, either you tell her or I will, I'm not for that one. I'm not for that one. But Penelope needed to know. And she needed to know sooner than later. Or is it sooner rather than later? I don't know how it's stated. But I feel that Andy should have told Jordan. and let Jordan know. Can I speak with you privately? And let him know. That would have been the right thing to do. Now she looks sketchy probably to Jordan too. All the guys think she probably looks sketchy to everybody. But how would y'all feel? Men and women answer this question, because how would you feel if your significant other was stepping out on you and the person they were doing it with was sitting right in your face and never told you? They let you believe he or she were, being faithful, and they sat quiet while you married that person, that fool, a person cheating on you. Not even that, they having a baby with somebody else or whatever it is. How would you feel? I know I would feel pissed that you sat right there and didn't tell me, or let me know in some kind of way, sis, we need to talk, because he's playing me too. This is when you got to say he's playing me too. Like I said, the longer you wait, the longer the other person is thinking, oh, so they was in on it. You sitting up there because I know somebody who's done that. I know somebody. I had a neighbor who was a friend of mine when I lived in the Bronx, and her man was bringing this girl over all the time as a friend, and she's hanging out in the house with them, and come to find out, she was his side chick. But see, the difference is Gary wasn't bringing the girl around her. Gary was living a double life. He was living a triple life, and it might be even a quadruple life, because he was dealing with Jasmine, Andy, and Penelope at the same time. He was dealing with those three, we know for sure, women at the same time. And then there was another picture of somebody. What was that supposed to be? Jasmine's sister in the airport or something like that? I don't know. But I know there was somebody else. I remember a picture the detective had. What was her name? Lisa? I don't know. Anyway, y'all let me know down in the comment section how y'all feel about this. I want to hear everybody's thoughts, because I would want to know. And I don't know. Maybe I'm different, but I care about other people. I really do care about other people. And there's no way in hell I could sit quiet knowing that this guy that I'm sitting here with, he with this woman, and he was just with me last week. It's like, how do you sit there and how do you look at yourself in the mirror? How do you look at yourself in the mirror and don't want to say something to that woman and let her walk down that aisle and get her life ruined by being with him? That's low. That says a lot about you. That says a lot about you. If you ask me, that says a lot about your character and who you are as a person. You have to care about other people in this lifetime. You have to care about people other than your damn self. You have to care about somebody other than yourself. Oh my God. I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe I'm just different. But anyway, like I said, y'all let me know down in the comment section. This was my 2 cents about it. And I hope some of you understand where I'm coming from. And for those of you who haven't subscribed to my channel, please take a moment right now, hit that subscribe button, then hit the notification bell and select all, and it lets you know every time I upload some new content. Then I ask that you hit that like button, the thumbs up button, write a comment, and share. And I will see you all in the next video. It's your girl Barbie J saying peace.